All right, people. It's a new day.
Yes, it is.
It's a new day, people. Brand new day. This is Manipulation Friday. Manipulation Friday. Trump has to manipulate the country and the stock market on Friday. So on the weekend, they can, in actuality, what's going on is that they just passing money around to each other.
That's it.
They just pass the money around.
So they can brag once it get to 50,000. They can brag. Stock
Yeah,
market's doing great.
stock market doing great. He just pass the money around. What in the hell is going on here? Oh
You
man,
know the sad part about it though is, I don't fault the billionaires and the multi-millionaires. The thing is that they allow this man to grift. I mean, these people, most of those people, not all, but most of them, built their companies from scratch. I don't get it. I mean, because let the truth be told, I don't think, maybe they do, I don't know, maybe they don't, but let the truth be told that majority of Americans want to become rich. And they know investing in stocks, investing in real estate, having your own business, those are the ways to get rich. So why are they so out on getting richer playing the game with this knucklehead? Because all he's doing is grifting. That's all they're doing. So, but more power to them. They sticking with him. They must be doing okay for themselves.
yeah, well, he he's managing to hang in there some kind of way. Really, they don't have a lot of power to even get him out of there, other than to put a bullet in his head. But other than that and stuff, he going to be the president because they voted him. They helped him to make it there. Well, people, today is what, May 1, first day of the fifth month, and in Louisville, Kentucky, what's going on? This is the weekend of the what? The
Kentucky
horse
Derby.
derby. The horse races. Oh, the horse races are going on. But we also have a few golf tournaments going on.
Mm-mm. You had to go there, didn't you? You just love to make fun of that man.
Yeah. We got a we got a couple of golf tournaments going on, people. Doral. Oh, down there in down in Florida there. And from the looks of it, it doesn't look very like it's going to be very, very prosperous there. Nobody's showing up. At least yesterday they did. I don't know what's happening today, but yesterday nobody showed up. Stands was empty, and somebody getting ready to lose a lot of money. And I don't know how they gonna pay for that big ass statue sitting out front.
They got two or three of them, bro.
He got two or three of them. Oh man, I thought he only had one great big one. You got to pay for them statues, them gold statues sitting down front.
Okay, go.
Well, a couple of good things happened, people that we didn't talk about yesterday. The Congress did fund the our folks and stuff and everything who been working without a paycheck for what 75 days. So now they voted to pass some money and let them get paid. But for some reason or another, our folks and stuff does not get out there and celebrate a win. Nobody said anything about it. I haven't heard a Democrat nowhere say we did win what we set out to do, and that was not to fund ICE. They didn't fund ICE, but they put the rest of the folks, gave the other folks some money to do what they needed to do. But a Democrat hasn't opened their mouth and said something because you guys, you Democrat folks and stuff, have to realize also that you are out there with these other, you held these people's livelihoods in your hands because you wanted to stop ICE. And they need to know and understand and stuff why you did this. And if you don't tell them, how are you going to get your numbers up? Because they're going to be looking at you like you is absolutely out of you all's mind. I haven't heard Hakeem get out there and say a damn thing. Hakeem, you the minority leader, you and that knucklehead Schumer over there in the Senate. Somebody should have had a conference and stuff and said, yes, we did pass it. People have got their money, and we accomplished what we needed to accomplish and best to keep ICE from going out there and just running rampant and stuff in these states and stuff and everything and trying to take people off the streets and lock them up and do what they have to do and everything. At least we did that. We stopped that. So that was a win on the Democratic side. We got to put a mark up there. Oop, we got to win. Another thing happened. We need to have that seat up there in New Hampshire. We need to have that seat. And it seems that the governor, Janet Mills, who is a pretty old girl, she's long in the tooth. she, if she was, if she had stayed in the race and she had have won, she would have been the oldest senator elected, newly elected senator in the history of this country. So she finally went ahead and dropped out. She had a good chance of winning now, people. She had a good chance of winning now. She is the governor. But she's allowing this young man and stuff to have a chance to beat up on the senator and stuff and everything, the Republican senator. That woman has been a thorn in our side. She had a chance
Who
to
you talking
stop.
about?
She had a chance to
Who
stop
you talking
Kavanaugh.
about?
Her name has slipped my mind and everything right now, but I can see her face.
I know who you talking about, but I can't think of her name either.
Yeah, I got her face there, but people, she was the one, the final vote that put Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
She put that man on the Supreme Court, knowing that he shouldn't have been there. And that was the Democrats' only hope to stop him. And all during that whole process, she said, no, I'm going to stand with the women. I'm going to stand with these women that he has abused and he has did wrong. And in the end, she capitulated and gave it up. I know you trying to Google it now and everything. So, oh man, I can't think of that woman's name and stuff because there's so many folks out there, people and everything, and there's so much stuff happening and stuff in the world that you guys need to know about. Because if Kavanaugh hadn't have came in there and had their job and stuff, we might have had a damn good chance to keep the Voting Rights Act into power. Maybe we could have kept it, maybe not. It would have been a 5-4 decision instead of a 6-3. But on a few votes now, Kavanaugh has came through. But on the majority of the votes and stuff that's against the American people, the working class people and everything, he has not been in their corner. So hopefully the Democratic candidate and stuff there, I think the guy's name is Courtney Cotner or something and everything. This will be his first chance of running. I think he's a fisherman and stuff and everything, and he decided that he wanted to throw his name into the hat to be the senator out of, it's not New Hampshire, it's Maine. I'm sorry, it's
Maine,
Maine. It's Maine.
Maine.
Yeah, it's Maine, not New Hampshire. I'm sorry, people, it's not New Hampshire, it's Maine. She's the senator in Maine. He wants to run for the U.S. Senate seat in Maine, and he got a damn good chance of winning it. But the Senate Minority Leader, Schumer, decided several months ago to help Janet Mills to get into the race. She didn't want to do it, but he sat down there and politic, begged and pleaded and stuff with her because she was the governor, so he felt that she had a pretty good chance for winning. That's something that we Democrats and stuff need to stop. The lady said that she didn't want to run. The man, he's a young guy, but I think most of these old dogs up there in the Senate and in the House, they don't like the young people out there coming on and taking over. For some reason or another, they do not like the young folks taking over. They're going to have to get off of that. Schumer, you're getting old. You can't handle your job. You got to get like my boy in Illinois. I had a chance to see him when the king came and sat there in the rotunda and gave his little speech. And they showed a picture of him. And man, he does not look like the old Dick Durbin. He done got old, he done got long in the tooth, and Dick said, I'm getting the hell out of here. Schumer, please follow Dick Durbin and get the hell out of the goddamn Senate and sit down and let somebody else take that damn seat.
I was talking to my wife this morning, and I said, it's something about power. Even though their power is limited, they still have power here. And I guess I guess it's a euphoria. It's some kind of sense of importance. The ego is running rapid, and they feel when they're walking down and they got a bunch of people around them, they feel important. And I think it's that power here. You know, for years he always wanted to be the head of the Senate, the first Jewish person, American head of the Senate. For years. The man, in my opinion, he's not in depth enough. I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm not saying that he's not smart. He's not in depth. He's just a one pony show. telling us all the problems that we already know about, but he's not doing anything about it. He's not stopping nothing. He's not protesting. He's not resisting. He's not coming up with different maneuvers where you can really stop all of this craziness that's going on. Because there are different rules and regulations that he can use, but he chooses not to. So I think it's the power, bro. And then on top of that, he's in tight with this Jewish organization, getting a lot of money from them. Him and your boy, Jeffries. So it's a sense of importance, bro. And it's hard for these people to give up. Look at that guy down in South Carolina. Man, 80 years old. Sit your old ass down. Don't make no sense. Don't make a bit of sense, man. I mean, it's just like when I was playing in my late 30s and 40s, every once in a while an old man would come out there and want to play with us. Now I'm in my late 30s and 40s, and I can get in shape a little bit and run with those young boys that's in their 20s. But even I got sense enough that I can't hang like I used to, even when I was in my late 30s and 40s. But here comes some guy in their late 60s, early 70s trying to run with us. And it looks stupid. It looks ridiculous. And people feel sorry for the old man, and it slows up the game and don't make the game interesting because you're feeling sorry for him. And you get some of them in there that try to run hard as they can, almost, have a heart attack, trying to be, thinking that they can run like they used to. You have to know when to sit down and say, okay, this right here is too much. I can't do it. I'm end up hurting myself, pulling something or whatever. But the point is, these people, man, it's just ridiculous. You staying in the office for 30 years and you 70 plus years, sit down.
Hmm.
Train up other people. Who you got next in line? Train up these people so that they can be ready. They don't. That tells me they don't care about the country. All they care about is their money. And what you gonna do? If you work 10 million, $20 million, you ain't even spend all that. You got your house paid for. You probably got a vacation home or a little small farm somewhere, and go and enjoy your life, bro. It's frustrating, man. And I see it on both parties. And it's not, and it's an ugly look, man. It's an ugly look. But here's what I wanted to talk about. And this right here is not a nice thing I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say it. You had them Negroes come up there, the Black Caucus, complaining about the voting rights bill and what the Supreme Court did when they had every damn chance to fight, knowing what's coming down the road. When you letting these Supreme Court people come in there, conservative party, and you don't fight, you don't bother to get out there and fight for those Supreme Court officers. You don't bother to fight and tell the people what the results might be. You just sit back in the last 10, 15 years, and now you want to complain. Now they didn't, all that fighting for voters' rights for black people, it's just gone. They ought to be embarrassed. You got the largest black caucus ever, but yet you could not convince and figure out a way to fight this thing so that you can have the fair Supreme Court justices in offices. You had President Obama had an opportunity to put at least 3, maybe even 4 people there. That is crazy. And then on top of that, you could have petitioned to make sure that certain people shouldn't even been there. Barrett was not qualified. Kavanaugh is not qualified. When I say not qualified, I'm talking about, you can be a Supreme Court justice. You don't even have to be a lawyer to be a Supreme Court justice. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about people who are fair-minded, who have an open mind, and who is has a critical thinking and thinking about 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Now we got people in the Supreme Court have messed up this total country, giving a president total immunity. Not keeping in check. I mean, the king himself said it. You have to keep good people in check and balances. We have a democracy. You got the Senate, you got Congress, and you got the Supreme Court, you got the White House. So to get up there and complain about what has happened and like people care, because don't nobody give a shit no more. We was fighting to keep our rights. And nobody care about our rights. That's why they fought so hard and died. You think they care if we have rights and be treated right? No, they don't care. That's why people fought and died, and that's why people marched, because they had to fight for it. But y'all just sit back for the last 10, 15 years thinking that everything is going to be okay. No, this right here, you got to keep it. Just because you sit up there and make a press conference behind a mic don't mean a damn thing. Now all of y'all going to be out of a job. Most of y'all. Because they're going to make sure of that. We got a governor here in Florida right now. He's getting ready to wipe out all the Democrats. The few that we got, he's getting ready to wipe out. And then he's going to wipe out them white ones too, Democrats. And he's leaving office in the next year too. Telling you, man, if you're supposed to be a visionary and a leader, I mean, can't you see beyond your nose and see what's going on? These people are not cordial. These people are not statesmen. They don't care about the Constitution. They're breaking laws every day.
We have a big problem. Big, big, big problem. We got a president who, for all intents and purposes, couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. And he has gotten us into a war in the Middle East that has and will damage our reputation for a hell of a long time. There are things going on, people, over there in the Middle East that nobody is talking about right now. You go outside this country, they're talking about it. Now, supposedly, our president told Iran that we're in a ceasefire. Iran didn't say a damn thing. Really, they didn't say a word. But ever since that 10-day time period for the peace ceasefire was going on, nothing really happened. Right now, since that ceasefire is over with, Iran has been bombing the crap out of Israel.
What?
They've been sending missiles almost every day over there into Israel, and nobody's saying anything. Not one word. 2 days ago, they sent 34 missiles over there into Israel. They shot them. They gotten so good now, Ted, and the people out there, they're shooting this stuff off in sequences because they got the Iron Dome sitting up there supposed to be protecting Israel, but they shooting these things off in a sequence and everything that the Iron Dome can't handle. The first wave of missiles are coming over and everything, the Iron Dome can handle them, but the Iranians and stuff, the the Iranian Revolutionary Army folks who were in charge of all this shit figured out how to get their bombs and missiles through this defense system. So they send these things over. 90 seconds later, they send another wave. 90 seconds later, they send another wave of
Mm.
missiles through. So the first wave, they know already that these things and stuff are traveling at Mach 2 speed. They can go from the Iranian coastline to Israel in 10 minutes.
Damn.
So by the time Israel realizes that they done sent these daggone missiles off and everything, and they getting ready to fight, to put the Iron Dome up and fight them, they might knock down them maybe 2/3 of the first wave that comes in, but the next one that comes in, bam, they hit them. And then they got another wave to come back in, and they can't stop them. They hit an air base in Israel, and they killed a whole bunch of Israel soldiers who were inside this air base. Plus,
Mm.
they knocked out damn near half of their daggone jets and stuff, the F-15s and F-35 jets that was inside these daggone hangars and stuff that were sitting there. They knocked them out. Nobody's saying a word. Hezbollah is shooting these fools down like crazy. Instead of Israel being a hunter, they are to hunt it now. They are sending their daggone troops in and they are killing these folks like crazy there in Lebanon. They putting these drones on them and stuff and they tearing their butts off and everything. Israel don't know what the hell to do. And they're keeping it quiet. Now, our president, when all this stuff is going on, he's been having these secret meetings with his military people. And he's asking them what shit they do. And he wants to send in our troops into Cog Island. These military people are telling them, you can do this, we can send them in, but I can guarantee you that we're going to have huge losses. over half, maybe two-thirds of our people are going to die. And we're going to unleash Iran on everything over there in the Middle East. So every one of those kingdoms and stuff over there, they getting ready to take out all the desalination plants, everything, and they're going to destroy Israel. They already know this, and they told him that. This stupid son of a gun sitting around there still saying that he wants to stay over there instead of gracefully leaving. He's telling people he won the war. It's time to go. He got on this what Bertolotta, Martabella Loda, who on this CNBC channel and everything, and she said you won the war, Donald. So why don't you leave? He said, I want to win better. What kind of stupid shit is that? You're gonna win better instead of gracefully saying, well, I won the war and let the blockade go and get the heck out of there and let them Iranians have it because they don't want this war. Everybody knows it. Everybody in the world knows it, except for Trump. We done went over there and got our tails tore off. Right now, they're saying that we've got what 18 bases and stuff over there. 15 of them are uninhabitable. Our troops can't even stay there. Nobody can stay there. It has been totally destroyed by Iran. Billions of dollars.
Wait a minute, you trying to tell me nobody passed away?
Oh yeah, they said something passed away, but they didn't say anything. That's what they were trying to get Hegseth to admit in those conferences that he had, but he overtalked them. He kept over talking them, and they lost track of him. They figured out that they come to these daggone committee meetings as long as they over talk them and everything, then they can get by. They're gonna get hurt a little bit, but they can over talk them, out talk them. Don't say nothing to these Congress people and these senators and stuff who are sitting there because the Republicans ain't gonna say a damn thing. The only ones that say anything is the Democrats. They trying to get them to admit what the heck going on over there, but they not admitting it. And now they're saying that the 60 days are going by, and he's supposed to come back to Congress and get an approval to stay over there. Now he's telling people there ain't no war. We're not in a war, so you can't. We don't have to come back and get an approval. We don't have to get an approval from you all. So he's staying over there, and it's hurting us, sending the gas prices up. But guess what, Ted? They study telling the American people and stuff. Yes, Iran is being broke. They're breaking them down. They got a satellite picture and stuff and everything that they showed yesterday on Cog Island where the Iranians loading ships. They got ships they loading with oil. And they moving the stuff out and we ain't stopping nothing. Every day they're showing these Iranians sitting out in the streets celebrating. These people got more stuff coming into their country and stuff now than they did in the last 47 years. That's what they out there celebrating. They got food, they got gas, they filling up their tanks, man, for 15 cents a gallon. And we paying them near $5 for hours.
Well, let's get real. Where they getting all this stuff from? I'm talking about those missiles.
They're getting it from China.
There you go.
He just took another load in the back door.
There
About
you go.
400 of the missiles coming in the back door. These are high-tech missiles. This ain't none of that bull crap that the United States been shooting. These is high-tech. Cheap, high-tech missiles. Cheap. They billing them for $20,000, $30,000. And we got these $1 million missiles over there that can't stop them.
Well,
We can get out of there, Ted. All he has to do is say, we done won the war. And everybody will allow him to say it and pat him on the back. Yes, Trump, you won the war. Okay, we're going to bring our blockade and bring them on home, bring our troops on back home. But he is too stupid to realize and stuff and everything that staying there and everything is worse than leaving. My parents always told me a good run is better than a bad stand. Trump, listen to my mother, a good run is better than a bad stand. He's standing over there and stuff and getting their butts tore out. All because Israel's scared. They going to mess us up. They doing it already. Now they're sneaking in news reporters and stuff are sneaking in to the country and sending out word to their people and everything. It's bad. They bombing the crap out of them. And nobody's saying anything.
well,
And now
this
you
is the
see, yeah,
problem with the leadership, bro.
yeah, yes, yes. Now you're seeing we can't stop this mess, Ted. We can't. These people and stuff in Europe, they need that oil. The the OPEC folks and stuff need to sell the oil so they can continue to make money. They ain't gonna let Trump sit there and stop this mess. So they're making deals with Iran. Japan already done made a deal with them. They done loaded up their ship 2 million gallons of oil. They just loaded it up the other day and stuff and put it
Well,
in their
Ed,
truck and moved it out.
I mean, all of that is fine and dandy. But here's the thing, though, bro. You know, leadership, is inclusive, meaning that if you are a leader, all your people should be engaged and involved. This man is doing things on his own, and no one is involved. The generals, they're doing what he says.
They have to. They don't
The
have any choice.
politicians are doing what he says.
They can stop it, but they won't. All
So,
somebody got to do is open their mouth and say, hey, man, give him the reality of what's going on. Most of these folks and stuff ain't telling them the reality. All the generals are doing is telling them what's going on militarily. They're not saying anything to them politically about what's going on, just the military stuff. That's it. That's all they're saying. Because they don't want to lose their job. So all you're talking about is military. Oh, we told them, and we know what we can do. We're throwing our hands up. But there's some political stuff that's going on too, and they can't get involved in that. And nobody else in this cabinet politically gonna tell him you're screwing up. Let's get the hell out of there. Let's go. Take our bumps and go. You're hurting your midterm. Because as long as the gas price is up, Republicans ain't gonna win. I don't give a shit what these guys telling people. Don't worry about it. Biden had gas $5 a gallon 10 years ago. That's their story. Poor Biden.
and I'm gonna say this again: when the American people said they'd rather have a businessman instead of a negotiator or someone who knows how to negotiate, putting the right people for diplomacy, and they was doing all kind of sanctions on these people and sanctions on those people. But the whole bottom line is what I was trying to say earlier. When you don't when you don't compete and use all your people to compete, to strategize, you're gonna lose. Now we supposed to have, and I believe we do have, one of the most powerful militaries in the world. However, when you start gutting people, and I mean I'm talking about inside the government, the supporters, the generals, the thinking heads, and all of that, it ain't gonna work because you look at it. He's got conflicts with Germany, China, you name it. He's got conflict. The whole thing is that you're supposed to be smarter than the rest of the world, and you're supposed to be more competitive. And we have lost our competitiveness. And the reason why is because you don't want to be inclusive. You want to have a white supremacy, thinking that all of these other white supreme European people gonna come along with you. They already know. Hey, we are the minority in the world. They already know that. So we're including all our people because we're trying to survive and do the right thing and use diplomacy. Now Japan has 1.4, 1.5 billion people. They have more people.
China has them, not
China, I'm
Japan.
sorry.
Mhm.
So so the point is that they can compete because they got more people, but we are smarter and we can compete. But you keep on dogging and playing politics with these knucklehead IT people instead of using the right people so that everybody can be included on this progress. So it's not working.
Well,
You got a
somebody,
company right now, you have a major
somebody,
company right now that has capabilities of doing all kinds of things, and they say, nope, you can't use our system.
but somebody has to stand up to it and tell this knucklehead, I'm not going to do this. And in mass, stand up and say it. This is where we going, Trump. Stop this shit. Let's get the hell out of there and let's go. Get the hell out of there. But you don't have anybody who's strong enough to say it. All of them is weak sisters. The Republicans, they're weak as hell, weak as tea. They won't open their damn mouth. They will get out there and defend him, no matter what the hell he's doing, knowing that shit is wrong.
Well, all I got to say is, we need better leaders, better, we have the
And
leaders, but the point is that for some reason, we got a lot of smart people in this country, a lot of smart people.
they are, they are. But if you can't, if those smart people won't stand up and say something, then we're going to continue down this road. Look at this fucker sit down there and say it because the European Union won't do what he wants them to do. Today he said, well, we're not going to allow them to bring their cars over here into the United States. So we're putting a 25% tariff on all European cars. He just said that. We're going to put a 25% tariff on their cars. Stupid.
You think he can bully people?
He's stupid. But Ted, anybody with any kind of sense would realize that bullying ain't going to work because they don't stop. They don't stop. He can't look them in the face and realize they have stopped being afraid. They have stopped being afraid of him. At first, now they were scared, but they have stopped being afraid of him now. Everybody outside of this country has stopped being afraid of him. And they're looking at the United States and stuff inside this country and said, what is wrong with you all?
Well,
king, the king came over here, stood in the, up there and told him, look to his face. They didn't call his name out and told him it was wrong. Everybody in Congress stand up and clap, even the Republicans. Yep, you right. But they won't open their damn mouth. You telling them the truth? You have to have checks and balances. You got to check that man. He ain't right
well, I
all the
don't care
time.
what nobody say. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it with clear eyes, and I'm saying it with my full chest. There are people in this country that do not want to see any black person
It
with a
ain't got
green
nothing to
bean.
do with black folks. This ain't got to do
Oh
with
yeah,
black people. He hurting white
yes it
people too.
does.
White people
But
getting hurt just as bad as we are right now.
now, I ain't talking about getting hurt, bro. I'm talking about using brains. I'm talking about black people who are smart, who are knowledgeable, who knows how to strategize
And
in
you
all
just
kinds of areas.
and
And
you
I ain't
just
just talking
and
about
you just
military.
you just drug the Congressional Black Caucus and all them black people under the rug. Just drug them under the rug. They got all kind of knowledge up there in their conferences. In the all black folks, you got Hakeem Jeffries. He's a smart black man. He ain't doing shit. They all got smarts, but they ain't doing
Wait
nothing.
a minute. I'm not just talking about the politicians. I'm talking about other people that are engaged, that knows what's going on. These people have been working in government for years, scientists and all of those types of people. The
They
point
scared.
is, what I'm saying is that when you do not use all your skills, people that have skills and talents and abilities, this country is not going to make it.
But they are afraid, Ted. If you are scared of your job, if you are scared of losing whatever you're losing, you're not going to do anything. Anybody who stands up to this knucklehead man, he uses his people to knock him down. He done took the attorney general and stuff of New York and everything, very powerful black woman, smart as all get out and everything, and tried to lock her up. When you have that kind of stuff going on, everybody don't have the same strength and power that she did, Letitia James did. They don't have that. They rather just sit back, do what they got to do, get along, and be
Well,
done with it.
well,
They
you know,
got
you just
they
answered
got
my.
these
You just
powerful corporations. You got ABC sitting out there, powerful people. Disney, powerful folks. They won't bother him. They got Apple sitting out there, powerful company. They're not going to bother him. All they worried about is their profits. That's it. As long as I can get my profit, I can leave. As long as they leave me alone, I'm gonna give him $1 million ring, a watch to go on his arm, and everything gonna be fine. Pay him off so he don't come over there and send his FCC or all his other folks and stuff after me, or send the Department of Justice after me.
well, that's that right
They're
there is
afraid.
that is the white folks that put him in office.
They are afraid, and in a way, I can't blame them. He can lose
Now, to
everything.
correct the reason why I put them down, the Black Caucus, is that what I'm saying is they've been, basically kowtowing for the last 10 or 15 years and not getting out there talking to the people. I ain't just talking about talking to what black folks. I'm talking about talking to everybody. And we done said this numerous times. You can't just be work for 5 days and then go back home and no, you need to go out to the red states, talk to these white folks, do whatever you can. I don't care if it's 10 people show up, 20 people show up. You don't have to go by yourself. Go with another congressman and with some bodyguards and talk to these folks. There are a whole lot of good white folks out there. And if you explain to them, because a lot of them been brainwashed, bro. All they do is listen to conservative radio and conservative TV, and they've been brainwashed.
and they were doing that, and they stopped. You saw Bernie Sanders out there, all in their red states, him and AOC.
Well, he's not the right
They
one
did
to
it for
be
a
out
while,
there.
and they stopped. They
He's
had
not the
some other,
right one to be out there.
they had other Democrats out there in the Congress and stuff and everything, sitting out there. They going out there. They was having these meetings and stuff out here. Well, they ain't gonna have no meeting in their states and stuff, so we're gonna go out there and have a meeting in their district, and they stopped.
Why did they stop?
They had pressure on them. They put pressure
Well,
on them.
this is if you took the position, you ran for Congress,
They
you
don't
ran
care.
for the Senate.
They don't care. As long as they get their money, they putting pressure on them. You keep going out there and stuff, your people ain't gonna get no money. Whatever little money that they get, they ain't gonna get it. So keep going out there. We're gonna crush you. You see what Jasmine did. She went out there and did everything she could, and they stopped her from being the senator of the state, great state of Texas. Her own people, their own party, because they pack didn't like her. So now she doesn't have a job come January. Made her feel bad about herself, but she finally woke up. Anyway, Mr. Harvey, I've enjoyed today. The sun is trying to
you
come back
know,
out now.
you
The sun is coming
Ed,
back out now.
you say that you enjoyed the day, but when we look at this whole situation, I'm talking about worldwide, not only the United States. We already know what's going on in the United States. We ain't got to even talk about that. But you know, and I ain't gonna say it's scary, but it is kind of scary. It is kind of unknowing. However, a man told me the other day I was checking out the grocery store, and I'm trying to remember the phrase he used, but I'm gonna try to remember it. He said, "Oh man, I can't remember it," but he was saying that something about he put a rhyme to it about God is still on the throne. God is still on the throne. He sees everything. So that's what my belief is. God is still on the throne. He sees everything. Everything that's happening right now, he's allowing it to happen for a reason. Them poor people that's getting bombed over there in Israel, people in Lebanon, there's a reason for everything, allowing this stuff to happen. So I don't know exactly what the plan is, but I know that he's in control. That's my belief.
Why do you
With
think
that
I'm?
said, Ed, I'm gonna say this for my last word. It's my birthday weekend, and folks, we
You
are,
get
as you can see, with our gray hair, and
you get long in the tooth here, brother.
I'm just saying, it's my birthday weekend. So this weekend I will be gone for Saturday and Sunday because my family gonna be celebrating my birthday with me.
And I don't blame you.
And so I'm gonna see you Monday because I'm gonna be. Well, I don't know. I'm too old to be partying. See, I know better,
No,
but
no. As long as you can celebrate, Harvey, you go ahead and celebrate, brother, because our days are gonna be our days are getting short, and right now, I hope and pray that I can stop all this crap that's going health problems going on with me, so I can get back out there and get a few more days of running in. But I can't. I can't run no more.
I stopped
But
running 15 years
so
ago.
so if you can get as many days as you can get out and enjoy yourself, enjoy it. And I'm happy, Mr. Harvey, that we are still on the air, that we still able to tell people what the hell going on. And because I know that if Mr. Donald even had an inkling of what the hell we talking about here on this damn channel, he'd be calling the FCC on us too. We might be
Hey,
locked up
especially
in the
what your
Department
ass
of
said
Justice.
earlier.
Or they come
Especially
over
what
here and
you
try to
said earlier.
deport me back to Africa. He's a low IQ.
That man got to be hitting about
so
75, maybe 65.
yeah, so that's why I'm smiling. That's why I'm happy. That's why I say I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to say what I got to say. Open my mouth and say what I got to say, and I'm gonna be all right. I'm free, people. Eyes free.
And we know that y'all listening, even though you're not clicking on subscribe and like. We know you listen.
Absolutely. Get out there.
So you just might as well click on there because I see people that's talking way some sorry crap and they getting 15,000 and 10,000 and all that. Y'all
A,
need to
mi-
click on there and say
million.
like
They they
and
they
subscribe.
they they got folks out there, Ted, that ain't talking about shit, and they got a million goddamn subscribers. 1 million subscribers, and I wouldn't look at their show if somebody paid me. Have a good weekend, people. All you folks out there, enjoy yourself. This beginning of the summer. Get out there, folks. Get out there, enjoy yourself. No matter what the heck's going on, enjoy yourself. No matter what bad stuff is happening, no matter you think you might be able to lose your job, get out there and enjoy yourself because we only here for a very, very short time. You can't sit around there and feel sorry for yourself every day. You can't. Get that sad look off your face and put a smile on your face,
Be
and
happy.
like the old saying goes, never let them see you sweat. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.